Hey, for all you fabricators out there that want to know a little bit more about how we did the trough sink, let me show you kind of the setup. Is the prototype that we used to get the dimensions right, the angles of the bottom of the pan or the bottom of the sink right. It just a run through. We used some scrap material. But anyway, let me turn this camera around and we'll show you. Look at this, all you can see, this is a thin strip of material. That's the front of the back, doesn't really matter, but. So we have 3 pieces here. This is a separate piece. And I cut this on a slope on the CNC. So it all sloped down here. The drain is just using a 45-degree bit. So the diameter of the bit, and then I cut directly on the line to create the little spot for the drain to fit in. So both of these angles, we figure out what this angle is, and then we cut each side, half the angle. And it seams together so it gets a nice tight joint. And we epoxied this together. This has all been just super glued together, just so we can make sure everything fit along back in here, up in here. We had all the dimensions correct. Let me flip it over so you can see. That's the back. You can see all the little, we put these little tabs on there so we can clamp it together, just so we can get an idea of what it is. And then you can see the drain is pretty thin here. So what we have to do is CNC cut some rings, and then we stack them up and glue them. So it ends up being about that tall, just for the overflow on the drain assembly. Otherwise it wouldn't, there'd be a hole in the drain. As you can see, so we drew all this out and got the dimensions that we wanted, and then I transferred that to CAD. And we laid all this stuff out on the CNC, nested all the pieces, and then once we cut it out, the only thing that we made a mistake on with this particular one is that this depth was too great. So we had to trim, when we made the final cut, we had to trim an 1/8 inch off this to get it so it would fit in the cabinet. But anyway, for all you fabricators out there, you'll get a better idea of, what it took to make it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. See you next time.